new show. It is taking center stage at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center. It's called Come From Away, and it tells the remarkable, true story of a small town in Canada that welcomed thousands of airline passengers who found themselves stranded on 9/11. And Bob Fryer actually got to go see the show last night, and he's joining us in Studio B with one of the cast members. Hi, Bob.
I'm working on 3 hours of sleep right now, and it was totally worth it. Kevin Carolyn joining us this morning. Kevin, I just can't even tell you what a time I had last night. Jerry Seinfeld has this thing where he talks about standing ovations. It's like, you never know. Is it time? Are we doing this? I've never seen an entire audience throw themselves out of their seats as they did last night. Does that happen every night? Because it's such an incredible show.
It kind of does. I mean, we're thrilled that it gets the response that it does, and that experience, that wall of sound that hits us after the final note is worth any price.
Well,
it's just amazing.
You build that suspense for the whole show because it happens so fast and everything is always moving. There's never a time to applaud. You want to applaud, you want to scream, but it keeps moving so quickly.
We give you a couple of chances.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely a couple of moments where we let you get a little bit of that out.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it is a fast-moving train that we've got to just keep rolling through from the moment we start until 100 minutes later.
I want people to know, because when you say this is a show about 9/11, you think it's going to be something of a downer, but this may be the most uplifting show that I have ever heard. Tell people the basic plot of the story.
There's a small town in Newfoundland called Gander of about 9,000 people, and it has an airport that used to be where all the planes would stop and refuel before the war to make it across the pond. And so it had a massive airport that was able to take 38 planes with 7,000 people, so almost the entire population.
Doubled,
that were in town for 5 days. They fed them, they housed them, they clothed them, they comforted them, and then they sent them on their way.
And that really is what gets people, because it's this human spirit, this coming together, this community. There are things, Dolly Parton says, my favorite emotion is laughter through tears, and that's what you get a lot through.
A lot of that.
A lot of that through this thing.
We have to call it, I mean, like, we associate it more as a 9/12 kind of show, because it's really everything after, and the level of comfort that they brought to the people that were there is off the charts.
And whatever you experienced on that day, you bring into the theater with you, and so your experience with the cast members, you almost relive that moment, and then your experience in the theater is going to be different for you, and it
plays across every age group, including, we've had 3 dedicated student matinees that we've done, and the theater was filled with people who were not even born, you know. But between the Day of Remembrance that each school will have every year, I mean, they're a little more separated from it, almost like from a Pearl Harbor aspect, but what it does for them is humanize it and makes it, other things were happening besides what was happening in New York at that time.
You have to walk a fine line between entertaining and paying respect and honor to what happened on that day, and you walk it so brilliantly. It's a tight wire rope that you guys pull off every night, because the music is so incredible, and it's got these gut punch moments with belly laughs right after it.
We aim to get you laughing and crying. We got to give you both.
You succeeded. My wife and I drove home last night, and we ranked the number of musicals that we've seen. I've seen 40 or 50 musicals, and it's right there at the top.
That's very high praise.
Right there at the top.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for a wonderful night.
Pleasure was mine.
The couple next to me were laughing at me. I cried, and I told you the monkey part. I lurched in my chair, Amy. It was embarrassing.